Good morning, dear watcher. I'm Rjay Castro from the University of the Philippines, Manila. I graduated BS Biochemistry for my undergrad, and right now, praise God that I'm in my first year in the College of Medicine, taking Doctor of Medicine in the same campus. Getting into UP is not short of a miracle for me. There are a lot of ways to get in, but for disclaimer, I would really tell you that it really depends on a lot of factors because we all have different sets of abilities and skills. UP might be a good place for you, or UP might not be a good place for you. Depends. I would personally recommend, and where you excel, where your heart is, go for it. Okay? It might not be UP. There are a lot of different schools that can offer excellent education. It's not only UP. This is to save you a lot of time in the future, save you a lot of regrets. But if you want to get into UP and if it's really your passion and your dream, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Do not give up. Keep moving forward. There are a lot of ways to enter into UP. The basic one, of course, if you're in high school, is to take the UPCAT. The primary tip here is first, really think about the course that you want to take. Of course, it may be that you haven't decided on the course since probably you're too young, too less experience. But I suggest that you do a lot of research first before you write down your course. It's not really nice to spend extra years or some more extra time or extra hassle during your stay in college where you do not really want the course that you took. But sometimes, people begin to love the course that they want. They have a lot of learnings, they're inspired by the lessons that they learn. And I believe it's not an isolated case, it has become an increasing trend. But I suggest that from the very start you do research, you make sure you love that course. Because when you love a course, you really enjoy learning. You won't be bothered by failed exams, failed quizzes, because it's quite normal. But when you really love it, you just keep on going, even though it's difficult, even though it's very challenging. Think about the campus that you want to take into. If you're living in the province, there's some of course, in Visayas, and I think in Mindanao also, there are campuses there, and there are some open universities. If you want to take some certifications or some degrees also, in open university. If you're in the south, UPLB is a good choice also. Well, for UP Diliman and UP Manila is wide open. If you want some medical courses, UP Manila is a really good choice. Whether engineering, UP Diliman is quite good at it. Veterinary medicine, of course, I think UPLB has that. Forestry, environment, take the courses, take those courses where there's a lot of trees, of course, where there's a lot of farmland. UPLB. I'm not sure with the other campuses. Now, do some research. Some of them are really good. There are a lot of new courses in UP also. You might want to check them out. If you're an artist, there's usually a lot of there are screening, they call that tryouts no. There's a better term. For example, if you want to get into music, right, fine arts, there's an audition. Yeah, there's an audition. Basically, what you want to do is just to do your best in all these things. Just do your best. If you want to get into medicine, there we have intermed. Just do your best, of course, in UPCAT. So there are like thousands taking, but hard work always pays off. Sometimes you may think that you're going too late already. It's alright. It's never too late to start again. It's never too late to invest in studying more, in reading more. It's if you find it enjoyable, then there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose in just going for it. Just going for it. But of course, I encourage you to really count the cost. Not only for your physical health, not only for your financial health, also for your mental health, for your emotional health, your spiritual health. Sometimes you may compromise here and there. I encourage you not to compromise, of course. One of the primary motivations in learning more here in UP is do not be close-minded. Do not be close-minded. Always love the truth, hunger for the truth. The truth, knowledge, they're all infinite. I personally had a lot of questions, a lot of doubts, but if you really love the truth, you'll be convinced, you'll be convicted on this is the right thing to do. And you'll begin to see all your lessons. Say, alright, you get to pick it out. Which one makes sense? Which one, of course, if they're doubtful, you'll begin to question. But the good thing here in UP is that they teach you also how to find those answers the best way that you can. They won't give all the answers, and they, of course, absolutely do not know all the answers. But the encouragement there is will teach you how to get those answers. Well, basically, that's cool. If you have any pressure, if you do not work well with pressure, I suggest try to have a better way to handle those pressure, because in UP there will be a lot of pressures. There's of course a lot of pressure in UP because first it is known that it is the best university here in the Philippines. Well, statistics show that, but I give you the benefit of the doubt because it doesn't mean the school is good, that it fits for everyone. Of course, the experience you will get there, the standard is really high, and it's a good thing for one because you'll be really challenged. You will be forced to get out of your comfort zone, because if you stay in your shell, seriously, UP won't be a good place for you. There are a lot of opportunities to get here, and there's a lot of character building, a lot of attitudes to be molded and changed. There are a lot of challenges to have here, but if you embrace the challenges as a way of growing, as a way of learning, then it's great for you. But if you do not work well with a lot of pressure, that especially people looking up to you, people expecting you to be like this, I don't think UP would be a good place for you. Well, to be honest myself, I've seen a lot of friends dropping out from UP and finding their niche in other schools, in other universities, where they grow a lot, and they excel in their fields. Because ultimately, what's important is when you get out of school, when you get into the workplace or in the field, so you get the job done. And if if you, well, of course in UP there's a lot of pride, and if you just carry that pride with you without the skills, without the cooperation, without the workmanship, without the good work ethic that you're supposed to learn here also, then all of those are useless, legit useless. I'm telling you. In UP, there's really a high standard, which is a good one if you really want to rise into the standard. But character depends on you. It really depends on you. They won't force here in UPL. You won't be forced to conform to the personality. You're essentially free. You're essentially free to be yourself. You're free to wear anything. Well, of course, but there are rules. But the thing is, it really depends on the individual, not the school. I suggest that you develop good study habits as early as when you're in high school, as young as you are, and you strike the right balance between ACADS and LACADS, between walwal and aral. Just a good walwal. Studies show that excessive walwal, you know what I'm talking about. These damage your brain, damage your whole body. Anyway, the thing is that you have to take care of your health. Learn to take care of your health. At the same time, take care of your grades, probably, but do not be grade conscious. But have that love for learning, have that love for studying, because that's the thing that UP won't be able to teach you. They will encourage you, but it really depends on you, on your choices. The thing is that there are a lot of ways to get that back on track. There will be a lot of exams in UP. Some of them will be really the good type of exams, but sometimes there are a lot of unreasonable professors, unreasonable grades, unreasonable lessons. But ultimately, it depends on how you handle these problems, you handle these challenges. UP will throw all these challenges on you. But the thing is, aside from them teaching you how to handle these, you will get to find ways on how you essentially build yourself with these building blocks. There will be a lot of life lessons, a lot you can share with your friends, with your families, and they will teach you here. And it's amazing. Let me tell you, it's amazing. One, if you're financially in difficulty, this is a good place to be in. Of course, there are a lot of financial issues here also, the scholarships and the supposed free tuition. And I hope, by God's grace, that the administration, not only the UP administration, but the government itself would somehow do some steps on how we can get to that free education, because essentially, education is a right for everyone, and it is the best thing to have in one's life, to have education in them, something that no one can take away. UP is a good place to get that, because you will be exposed in a lot of different issues around the Philippines, around the country, around the world. You won't be secluded in one place. You will get to see the problems of the community. You'll be exposed in a lot of activities where you will see that the real problems of our society. You'll not be limited to just your textbook, just journals. Life does not revolve around that. It's saddening sometimes that people will know the limit, the edge of a certain exam, of a certain activity. When you're in UP, what I encourage you to have as a mindset is you get to do your very best in everything that you do. Step up in what you think is lacking, because sometimes just knowing the passing grade, the minimum, it's not really a nice way to handle things, because you won't be limited on what you think is possible to achieve. It's not impossible to get an uno, to get 100, or I don't know, to get high grades. It's not impossible. I'm telling you. Just have to, I don't know, depends on your pacing, depends how you learn, it depends how you study, but sometimes we just have to step up. We just have to do our best. We just have a little more faith, have a little more hard work. If you get a failing grade, it's not the end. Now you can always do more and be more, and it's not nice to, I don't know, it's not nice for your own self also to just give up. It's not the way to go. There's no way to go here in UP but up, and sometimes you may feel discouraged. The good thing is you're not alone. You're never alone. There's always a second chance. There's always a third chance. You can go and be the best that you can be by God's grace. You can always go beyond your expectations. But the thing is, of course, you just don't let it stay in your thoughts. Go do it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. You can start the day just a little bit. Small victories count a lot. Don't wait for the big ones to come, the big victories. No, it starts with small victories. It starts with small victories here in UP. Unless you want to kill yourself with a lot of pressure, with bad health. But I encourage you to enjoy. That's why you have to pick the course that you really love.